Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and today I'm going to be doing a review for Night Call on Xbox. So this was originally released on the 24th of the 6th, 2020, and it's developed by Monkey Moon and also Black Muffin Studio, and it was published by Raw Fury. And I was lucky enough to be given a free copy of this game to do this video, so big thank you to them for that. Now, Night Call is a weird little game. It's basically a sort of noir, sort of thriller investigation game. So the basic premise of the game is you play this taxi driver, and it's set in sort of modern day Paris, and you are a taxi driver there. Now, there's a serial killer that is basically roaming the streets, killing all these people, and the police have no idea who is behind it. You get attacked by said serial killer, and you survive. And you've basically the story progresses to the point where you've basically got 7 days to find the killer, or the police will basically think it's you that's done it, and you're going to go down for it. So you've got 7 nights worth of shifts to sort of drive around, picking people up, talking to them, speaking to them, etc., trying to piece together who the actual killer is in the time limit. So this is a very narrative-driven and very sort of text-heavy game. There's no sort of action of any sort. It is just basically a you drive around, like you've got the city of Paris, and you've basically got so much fuel, so much money, and you've got like a list of passengers every night, and you can pick where to go from where you are. So do you go to a longer distance to pick someone up to get more money, or you want to talk to a certain person, etc. And obviously you've also got to fill your car up as you progress. So there's a little bit of strategy there, obviously trying to keep on top of your fuel and who you need to speak to. And you drive around each night. You can pick so many people up in the time limit, and you basically talk to them like a taxi driver would. So you can listen to how they're talking. You basically get to respond to them in certain ways. You can give them multiple sort of answers, or you can just stay quiet and just listen to them talk on, etc. And depending on how you talk and respond to them depends on obviously what sort of information you can glean from them. Now, it's a tough one to judge. The dialogue with the passengers is really good. Now, one thing this game does have, there are 3 cases basically to use to play through, varying difficulties, and you can also set your difficulties. So obviously you've got you get more money and you use less fuel, etc. for if you want an easier ride. But there is also a free roam mode you can use later on to basically, if you just want to drive around and do the interactions with the passengers, you can do, because that is the best bit of the game. But the fact that they've actually added that in, I really like that, because it's like I say, sometimes you wish you could speak to all of them, and you obviously can't within the time limits given. Now, the interaction with the passengers is the best bit of the game. My only downside is it's all text heavy. There isn't really any audio narration, so you've got to read, and it's a dull slog. I'd rather them been fully voice acted. I understand why they're not. It is an indie game after all, but that's the main criticism I have of the game. Now, the graphics themselves I really like the look of the game. I love the noir arts, the visual style, and the sort of soundtrack and stuff like that. It all fits the sort of theme and the style and the aesthetic perfectly. And there are some very sort of memorable characters that you meet. So you'll definitely have a few that stand out to you through your playthrough. Now, you're looking at a couple of hours of sort of playthrough, sort of like each of the stories. So like I say, there's 3 different ones to do, so you're looking at a good sort of like 8 hours worth of gameplay, if not more, and there is a lot of reasons to go back and have that replayability. Everyone you pick up and your passengers you meet goes into a Pasidex, which is like a Pokedex of passengers, is the best way to describe it, with all the details. And at the end of each night, you go back to your apartment and you've got do you know, like those sort of investigation board where they've got like suspect faces and like the strings pointing to different things. You know, you see on those memes where it's that guy with the arms flailing and it's like conspiracy theories, like that basically. And then you can sort of put all your evidence together, oversee it, and look at it, and then obviously go on to the next day. Now, there isn't a lot of sort of gameplay mechanics to the game. Like I say, it's mainly just picking the text, like a visual novel would be. You're going through the text, responding in the best way possible, or responding in a way to get a certain response. Like I say, you may not always use the response you want, because that's not the answer you're wanting to go for. Basically, you're wanting to get a certain something out of this particular passenger. But like I say, it's a very immersive game. It probably won't be for everyone, but like I say, it's very artistic. Um, it's very interesting. Like I say, the characters and stuff are really cool and really interesting, and you really want to talk to all of them. The free roam mode is a really nice addition to the game. But like I say, obviously, there's not a lot of action, not a lot of doing things. It's very just much like a vocalizing with your passenger style game. So it will not be for everyone in that sense. But like I say, the game is available right now on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S via backwards compatibility, and it's priced at £16.74. And for like a sort of visual novel detective sort of noir game, I really enjoyed it. Like I say, it's not for everyone, and some of the conversations with some of the passengers aren't that interesting. Sometimes it reuses the same sort of animation loops and stuff. But like I say, when you get into the nitty gritty and you get into the proper narrative of it and the story, it is really, really interesting when you're trying to work out who the killer is of each of the cases. But that's that for this video, guys. Like I say, I hope you've enjoyed it. Check this game out. Like I say, really cool and sort of unique style game I haven't really played a lot of before. And if you've enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more content. Bye for now.